Hey everybody, I remember the day I got my first load of wood chips in my small front yard in Los Angeles. I was so excited. I made a video, of course, and that's still one of my most popular videos. Now I have all of this space and everyone said, oh, you need to get wood chips. And I'm thinking, how am I gonna get enough wood chips for all of this? Well, yesterday I hit pay dirt. But there was a catch. It is getting cold. We are going to get hit with a snowstorm tomorrow. I think it's somewhere between 1/2 and 1.5 inches. So, I'm not quite prepared for that because I still don't have a 4-wheel drive. That's something I haven't gotten around to. There's a lot of things I haven't gotten around to yet because when you change your life completely, there's so much to do, you know, and I'm trying to work down the list. But I had this opportunity yesterday to get all the wood chips that I wanted. It was amazing. I signed up for Chip Drop. There's something called chipdrop.com, and you can sign up there and local arborists can bring you wood chips if they have them. I hit the mother lode, as they say, and I was told I could have as many chips as I wanted, and I was envisioning a big terrace along the front. Wood chips eventually will turn into dirt, and you build a big terrace, and eventually that it will sink down, but that will turn to dirt, and that can level out gardens, or, you know, I really wanted to level out my garden. So I've got a lot of ideas, and I'd love to use wood chips for some of my walkways. So anyway, I just thought, just get them, get whatever you can get. Just, you know, here's a free offer, grab it. There was a time when I just wanted to do back to Eden gardening, and now I've got a completely different approach. I am thinking more in terms of using wood chips to build up the soil, to create walkways, of course, to dress around my fruit trees. Stacy at Off Grid with Doug and Stacy is always talking about aging in place. This is something I have to totally consider. I would like my raised beds to be level, higher, more accessible to me, and I already know that the majority of the vegetables that I'm going to grow, I want to grow in raised beds. I know I can use some of those wood chips behind the house to build up that soil there, and of course add to my raised beds, put around the trees, put around these front maple trees that need a little protection. It's quite eroded around those maple trees. But yesterday when I started, I thought, okay, we're gonna fill up this whole space. Well, take a look at this whole space. Okay, it would have to be about this deep in order to level that out and have a terrace. That is a lot of wood chips. But hey, he said he had as much as I wanted. The problem is, this ground is wet and muddy. And they got stuck. The two big back tires got stuck in these two ruts. Once the truck got stuck, they tried a little bit of everything. I suggested putting down wood chips, but as you could see from the video, he had kind of floored it when the wheels started spinning, hoping, I guess, to push himself out. But all it did was bury the truck deeper into these deep grooves, and it's muddy, and so they had to get a rope to try to pull them out, but he didn't have a winch, and he just had a pickup truck, and it didn't come out. They had to go get a winch truck. The winch truck came. They used a winch on it. It pulled out. It had to go down lower. It went in this way, and it had to go down lower. And so I was debating on just scrapping the whole idea. But I think what we're going to do is do a couple more loads, because I can always use wood chips. And you can't really even see this pile from the road anyway. And get a couple more loads put here, dropped here, which will cover up some of the ruts. And then I can spread it around on my trees and hopefully do a little leveling on the raised beds. Let's talk about the raised beds for a minute. If you're just starting out and you're making your first raised beds, the ideal width is 3 feet. You want to be able to be on one side and reach pretty much to the other side. If you have access to both sides, then you can make it 4 feet, and then you can easily reach out 2 feet. What you don't want to do is create a raised bed that you have to walk into, because you're always going to disturb it if you walk into it. And here there's no way to reach the middle without stepping into it. So since this platform is already here, I would like to work with what's here, divide each of these large beds into at least 2 beds, raise up the height, put in the wood chips, put soil on top of that, maybe even start out with more hugelkultur, you know, the sticks. I've got loads of sticks. I could start the bottom with sticks and wood, which break down over time. Because if I try to fill up really high, or if you do, really high raised beds, you're going to be spending a fortune on packaged soil. So those are some of my thoughts, and as I await the truck to come back, that is a 40-foot tree. And when I see a tree with the base really exposed, the roots are exposed, it's eroded around the tree, I feel like I want to put this whole pile of wood chips around that one tree. You can be hiking and you can see a tree that's literally hanging on the side of a cliff with like 3 roots going down into rock, and you go, how can that tree still be standing there? This tree probably doesn't need the wood chips as much as I want to give it to them. But I'm gonna have to do something with this stuff. This seems like another great place to use the wood chips, because the more I swing here, the more this is all gonna be worn down and get muddy when it rains. I haven't even seen the rain that's gonna be coming. So that's another consideration. If you're a late bloomer like me and you're starting over a whole new chapter in your life, I hope you can find inspiration from my channel. Subscribe, like the videos, share them with your friends, and I'll see you in the next video.